Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Join us at uticamasjid for a new series, 99 Hadith to Revive the Heart. We'll be releasing it every week, inshaAllah ta'ala. It's based off of the work of Imam Sa'di, Bahjat Qulub al-Abrar. Today's hadith is a hadith about hypocrisy. It's a very famous hadith. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, 4 things that if a person has all of them, then that person is a hypocrite. And if a person has some of them, not all of these characteristics, then that person has in them traits of hypocrisy. They're not a complete hypocrite, but they have traits of hypocrisy unless they give them up. And he specified what these 4 things are. He says, if they're entrusted with something, إِذَا tumina, right? Khan, is that he's entrusted with something that he violates that trust. The second thing, إِذَا حَدَّث كَذَب, that when he speaks, that he lies. وَإِذَا عَاهَدَ غَدَرَ, and that if he promises to do something that he doesn't come through, he doesn't fulfill that promise. وَإِذَا خَاصَمَ فَجَرَ, and if he disputes, then he goes overboard and he transgresses in the way that he disputes. 4 qualities, extremely important to understand, especially these days, in the days of the social media influencers and online dawah, right? Every single one of us should look at ourselves and look at our videos and look at what we're doing and ask ourselves, am I this person? Are you somebody who, if you're entrusted with someone or you're entrusted with something that you don't follow through? I can think of myself right now, things that I've been entrusted with that I haven't done. Allah musta'an, may Allah forgive me. When you speak, you lie. Okay, that lying is a thing that you've become habituated to, whether it's to make yourself look good, whether it's to make somebody else look bad, whether you're just not comfortable, whatever it is, or you have a lack of knowledge and you're put in a position where you're asked to speak on something and it's outside of your training, it's outside of your abilities, but you speak on it anyway. Remember that in Arabic, to say that kadhib, it doesn't always imply intention, that it has to do with, speaking things that aren't the truth. Okay, and so you are regular and habitual in your lying. This is a trait of hypocrisy, and you should really check yourself. وَإِذَا عَاهَدَ غَدَرَ, and that when you promise other people things, that you don't follow through with those things. That it shows that maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you're somebody who you don't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough. It's hard, and I understand this maybe more than most, and this is something that I struggle with because, I want to make people happy, and I don't want to disappoint people. But in my wanting to not disappoint people, sometimes maybe someone is tempted to tell them what they want to hear, or to promise that they can do something that they can't really fulfill and they can't really follow through with. And so the Prophet ﷺ is educating us here that we have to struggle in that moment, and that sort of thing is a trait of hypocrisy. That if we don't fix it, that we don't say, you know what, I really can't do that. That really is outside of my scope. I can't really do that thing for you. I'm sorry, you're going to have to go to somebody else. Bitter words, right? Words that are hard to swallow for somebody else. Maybe we'll lose friends, maybe we'll lose relationships, but you have to do it. You have to be honest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, and you have to have your loyalty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before your loyalty is to what pleases people. And then the last thing, وَإِذَا خَاصَمْ فَجَرَ, that when they dispute, when they're engaged with an argument, they transgress, they go overboard. And we've talked previously about the rights that other Muslims have, is that a Muslim, a true Muslim, is somebody who other Muslims are safe from their tongues. And so when somebody gets in a dispute with another Muslim, they start to hurl sort of slander at them and accuse them of things that they didn't do or things that they didn't say, or to delegitimize them, to say that, oh, you're on the payroll of this person or this person with no evidence. They're just saying it, right? These are things that, are overboard, right? إِذَا خَاصَمْ فَجَرَ. This person has transgressed the bounds. We should see discernment in our da'wah. You shouldn't talk to a kafir in the same way that you talk to your Muslim brother, who is someone who, at least from the outward appearance, is on the sunnah. You shouldn't talk to a zindiq, somebody who is, they deny the hadith, for example, or they deny the sharia, or they think the sharia is not the best sort of a system of law for humankind, right? This person is a zindiq. You shouldn't talk to a zindiq the way that you talk to your Muslim brother, who's someone who's part of the sunnah, ahl sunnah, and you might have disagreements with them, or you might differ with them on certain issues, or maybe they made a political misjudgment, or whatever it was. You hope that they had a good intention and they slipped, but the differences between you are far fewer than the commonalities that you have. Okay, so we need to be discerning in our da'wah and hold ourselves accountable, إِذَا خَاصَمْ فَجَرْ. That this is a trait of hypocrisy. If you find yourself every single argumentation, and even check your comments if you're in the comment section of YouTube, you're in the comment section and you're hurling accusations and you're this and you're that. We see it with gender wars. We see it males to females and females to males. All men are trash, all women are trash. Whatever it is, if you trespass the bounds of what's appropriate when you're in an argument, then know that you have a trait of hypocrisy and you have a disease in your heart. And you should beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you rid this disease from your heart. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us all in ridding us and our hearts from disease.